Good morning and welcome to day 7. Woo! Hey there. It's about, I don't know, I would say high 30s, low 40s right now. It was a much more mild night compared to the past couple. Past couple nights have been 20 degrees around there, and it was real cold. Last night wasn't as cold, which was good. We went to bed real early, I think 6:30, and I didn't even do any movie for yesterday. Like, I've been putting the movies together at night, even though I can't post them. Did nothing last night. I was so exhausted. Just from a gear standpoint, I have the X-Lite, Thermarest X-Lite foam pad. With that, I have the Neo X-Therm inflatable pad with an R value of 6.9. And I'm using a Catabactic Flex 15-degree quilt with a silk liner. That's my sleep system. It has been quite effective. Somebody pooped on the trail, or a dog. It's been quite effective. So I also wear Smartwool base layer bottoms with Smartwool thick socks. Not ultra thick, but just like thick hiking socks, not thin ones though. A long sleeve Smartwool base layer, a wool hat, and a fleece lined neck buff with the Z-Pax Possum gloves. That's what I sleep in. Didn't need the gloves last night, but I still used everything else. And I will say, it was pretty warm. Really warm, but as soon as you open up the quilt to get a little air in, it gets cold. So you end up sort of being a little, well, I do end up being a little overheated, but that's okay. So that's been working out good. We are headed into Hiawassee today. It's about 7 miles. Looking forward to a shorter day. Not sure what the plan is after that. I've been tossing around, oh, should we take a 0 tomorrow because of the rain? But then my head's kind of like, we're gonna have to hike in rain anyway. But, or maybe we can slack pack. I think we have to see what our options are when we get into town and go from there. Because, you know, God willing, this week, we may cross into another state. We should cross into another state, which will be very exciting and cause for celebration. Okay, we're going uphill here, so I'm gonna sign off for now. Okay, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. The track's a little bit, I'm side slapping actually, so I can talk a little, sorry. I'm gonna be honest with you. If there's something that you can sort of bank on with me, is I'm gonna be honest. I am gonna look at things in a positive light, but I am gonna be honest. Last night was hard for me. I found that when I am to the point of exhaustion, that my emotions start to get really out of whack. I start feeling sad. I was very homesick last night after I had dinner. I was just really low, and I just wanted to curl up in a ball and click my heels 3 times. I'm not gonna lie, I really did. I wanted to be home with my husband and my puppy, in the comfort of my own bed, and warm, clean, not smelly and gross. But and I got in my sleeping bag, and I don't know, I was shivering. It wasn't a cold shiver. It was more like a, I don't know, it was weird. I don't know if I was uncomfortable, like scared a little bit. We were in Sassafras Gap, which is, there are campsites there, but there's just the 3 of us. And we were pretty spread out, which is nice because then you're not disturbing anybody with all your rolling around. And like this morning, I got up earlier than they did to start packing up and stuff. I'm not sure if I actually take longer than them or if there's an illusion that I take longer than them. But I do a few extra things in the morning. They don't. Like, I have to comb out my hair, otherwise it turns into a rat's nest. And I try to do some yoga stretches if I can in my tent, just to loosen things up. I got a couple things that are really hurting me right now. So I had to relace my boots a different way, and my shoulders are kind of tight. I will say that whoever recommended moving my sternum strap, that was huge, just huge with the pain factor with my shoulders. So it definitely prolonged when that started to get painful. So thank you very much for that. I love you guys dropping advice and comments and helpful tips in there, because it's not just helping me, it's helping everyone coming up behind me so that they know how to prepare. So yeah, so last night I was pretty homesick and sad. It's tough. It's tough. I mean, you have this euphoric feeling through, you know, different parts of your day. And then there are other parts of your day where you get this just, I don't know, like a lump in your throat about the fact that, you know, you're looking back past today. You're not keeping that one day at a time front and center. Right, Laurie? It's my sister. You gotta keep reminding yourself one day at a time. One day at a time, I just gotta focus on today. That's it. Don't look beyond today. It's overwhelming. And that's such good advice. It's so true. And Eagle Ike, also, he gave me a Proverbs quote, which I'm not going to be able to recite for you all because I don't remember it verbatim. But there's a Proverbs piece in Proverbs that was very much like the one day at a time sort of thing, motto. Anyway, today's day 7, which is incredible. We're going to be well over 60 miles, and that's great. And I'm really looking forward to doing laundry, getting a nice hot shower, sleeping in a bed, and having town food. Holy moly, I can't even tell you how bad I want a freaking cheeseburger. Holy shit. I'm dying for a greasy fucking cheeseburger. I'm so sorry. Oops. My son-in-law was like, hey, watch the language. He was kidding though. He knows me. Earmuffs, kids, earmuffs. Anyway, I gotta get hoofing or these guys are gonna be waiting for me and thinking, I'm not hiking with that chick anymore. She's too damn slow with her stupid videos. Oh, and I know Nate's mom is watching. You got a hell of a kid there. Oh my God, he's such a great kid. And I shouldn't call him a kid, young man. We were talking about photography last night, and he was telling me about some of the things he photographs and his camera. He's got the same camera I do. And this morning, he went down and got us water. He did that last night too. He went and got us water because it's down a big hill, and he's taking care of the old folk out here. But damn good kid. I'm happy to be hiking with him, and I think that kid's gonna just soar at some, you know, once he decides to open up the throttle, I think he's gonna leave us in the dust. But he's gonna go places. What a wonderful kid. You done well, if you don't mind me saying. I hope it's not presumptuous of me to do so. We really enjoy his company. So I will let you go because now I'm starting to babble, ramble, whatever you want to call it. Talk soon. It's such a beautiful day. It's definitely a little cool, but the wind is a warm spring breeze, which is nice. Had a headed up this way. It is a gorgeous morning. Came up from that way. Still climbing. This is what I would use. I got a new acronym for you. LAC. All right? LAC. Give you a minute to think about it. I'm going to tell you what this one is. Long ass climb. Oh my God. But it's great. It's all about perspective. Happy Monday. And I will say, I'd much rather be doing this on a Monday than what I was doing on a Monday 6 months ago. Yeah, this takes the cake for sure. I have nothing but gratitude for this opportunity and blessing. Yeah, you can tell the endorphins are pumping now, right? All right, I'll let you go. More beautiful views to share with you. Again, and I know I'm a broken record with this, but I'm pretty stoked that I'm hiking this time of year, because if all the leaves were on the trees, I would only get views at lookouts. But because there's no leaves, we get them most of the day. It's pretty awesome. Now we're going down to, I think it's Deep Gap Shelter. Is that where we're going? Yeah, Deep Gap Shelter. I know Nate's gonna fill up on water. I'm full. I don't think I need any more water right now. Might use the privy. All right, again, in full transparency, I have been avoiding pooping in the woods like nobody's business. I am all about the privy. So I have made it thus far. And I know that might be too much information for some people, but for those of you who are actually coming up behind me and hiking and have a little bit of agita about that, or angst, or anything, I'm with you, okay? We are simpatico. We share that. It's not something that I'm looking forward to doing. It's gonna happen. It's unavoidable. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see when the time comes. There's a lot of little things, I will say, again, for those coming up behind me, that kept me up at night a lot before I got here. And I will say, you know, that taking it one day at a time is key. I will also say, prepare, research as much as you can so that you just have knowledge, because the knowledge will give you some degree of peace of mind, so that it's not a complete unknown, whether it's sleeping in your tent alone. That was a big, huge fear for me. I was really scared. I'm dead serious. I was so scared about sleeping in the woods alone in my tent. I started to get over that a little bit by doing it in my yard. I know some people have heard this a lot, that it's really about shakedowns. Whatever type of shakedown you can do. It doesn't have to be an exact replica of what you're going to be doing out here. It can just be a shakedown of sleeping in your tent in your backyard at night, where if you get scared, you can just run in the house and you're fine. Take baby steps, you know? That's what started helping me get my head around it. It didn't take the fear completely away. I mean, I still think that when I lay in my tent at night, there's a little bit of fear that still running through my veins. I will also say earplugs have been a real big help for me, because without the earplugs, you hear and listen to every little sound. Like even if a breeze blows and two of these naked branches hit each other, that noise can be enough to start getting your mind racing. Or, you know, it might be something dropped from a tree into leaves and it sounded like maybe there's a footstep. And so earplugs really mute a lot of sound and make it so that you can focus on closing your eyes, breathing, and starting to fall asleep. Those are key. If that's an issue for you, you may also want to download some nighttime meditations that help you sleep, and you can listen to them with earphones in your tent. Obviously earphones, because you don't want to disturb other people. But those are some things that can help with those fears. But definitely trying stuff out before you get out here is a big way to start building your confidence level. Yeah, so that's it for now. Talk to you soon. Today is all kinds of advice or gear info and stuff. So one more thing, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, maybe I did, but something that has been a really nice sort of treat for me in the morning is at the end of the day, the night before, my clothes that I'm wearing again the next day, which is pretty much everything on me. I wear the same thing every day. So all those clothes go into a Ziploc bag and they go into my sleeping bag. It doubles as I'm trying to be a side sleeper or a back sleeper. I used to be a stomach sleeper, but my amazing chiropractor, she sends out these cool emails with quizzes, and I'm actually one of those dorks that participates. So one of the things that I learned is that sleeping on your stomach is not good. And I also had a conversation with her about it. It's really bad for your back. So once I started going to her in January, I believe, or December, maybe it was the end of December, I started trying to train myself to stop sleeping on my stomach and be a side sleeper or back sleeper. And it's been working out okay. For the most part, that's what I've been doing. But the nice thing about the clothing in the bag is that when you're sleeping on your side, you can put it between your knees. And that's also good for your hips. So that's kind of a good thing. And it keeps all of those damp clothes, and even if they're not damp, it keeps your clothes warm. So in the morning, when you're taking off your warm sleep clothes, you can put on warm clothes. Even if they're damp, that doesn't bother you because they're warm. Trust me. The other thing, foot care. Even if it's cold out, make sure you're allowing your feet time to have air in your tent if you can. Massage your feet, even if they smell. Just do it. They're what's getting you from one stop to the next. And they are a critical piece of gear. I would argue one of the most critical. So yeah, I wanted to share that. The other thing is I have a Hyperlight fanny pack. That is what I am using to keep things that cannot freeze close to my body. It's really the only reason I have it. I think once the weather turns, I'll use it for snacks and stuff maybe, or I might not use it at all. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But right now I have my water filter in there, my inhaler. So I have exercise-induced asthma, so I don't want that to freeze. I need that. That helps me. So I put that in there. My headlamp, because of the batteries. One extra set of 3 AA batteries is in there. My water filter in a Ziploc bag in there. And I brought 2 Nightcore 10,000, what is it, MPH or MAH, I can't remember, power packs with me. Because the thought was I was going to try and get by with one and then send the other one home if I didn't need it. I clearly can't do with one. Well, trying to upload my YouTube video killed all of my power. So I'm gonna have to, next time we go out on trail, after I charge everything up and upload everything at the hotel, I'm going to do another test where I'm not uploading on trail, just to see if the 2 packs are sufficient or if I need them both, whatever. But those are in there as well. And I think that's about it. And that stays right up against my body during the day. I'll put it under my shirt if I need to, if it's really cold, if it's cool. And I keep it in my sleeping bag liner. So in my liner with me, and my cell phone, obviously. My Garmin, I put in my liner. The one night, or no, 2 nights, it went down into the 20s. Well, the one night it went below 20, and then the other night it was in the 20s. But I just wasn't sure how tolerant it was of the cold. And obviously didn't want to take a chance with that. That and my phone, I think, are the priorities. I did bring my Apple Watch. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it or not. I'm using it to track my activity, which I don't really need. And it's nice at night to have on my wrist, because even when you power it off, my friend Blue Sky Nancy told me this, if you power it off, you can still tell what time it is by hitting the big button once. Can't remember what it's called. Okay, so there's a little bit of gear info for you. And we should be at Dick's Gap by noon. Dick's Creek Gap, sorry. By noon. And then off to town we go. Okay, I want to do a little audio descriptive here for you, Dad. I don't think I've done one in here. So in Georgia, they have these, what they call the green tunnel. And they are parts of the trail where the mountain laurel and the rhododendrons grow along the sides, both sides of the trail. And they create a canopy over you and around you of all these green leaves. Even right now, it's all green. And it's so beautiful. And it's literally like you're walking through, you know, kind of like a mystical forest, or, you know, a little bit of a fairy tale or something. But it's really beautiful. It's probably it's up there with one of my favorite things about Georgia, is walking through the parts of the trail that are like that. And I happen to be walking on Rocks and Roots. So our favorite, and I'm saying that because that's literally what New England is rocks and roots along the trails. So it's rarely a nice flat graded track, depending on where you are, obviously. But where we're going, it's going to be all rocks and roots, boulders, I should say. But yeah, so Dad, I don't know if you can envision that, but that's what it looks like. Love you. I love you and Mom. Talk to you later. funny. Those who know me know I hate the sound of cars, traffic, civilization in general. It's funny. It's all about perspective. I'm probably going to say that a lot, but it is. Because right now I'm smiling because of what it means to me today. And what this means to me today is I get to go get food in town food. I get a shower, I get to do laundry, and I get to sleep in a bed. And hopefully, if my room has a bathtub, I'll take a bath in Epsom salts. Ooh. Yeah, that's what this means. That's what this means. Yeah. Dix Creek Gap. Okay, everybody, Mike just picked us up at Dix Creek Gap, and he's running us into town, and we are so happy. I know quitting early is a little bit of a concern for me, but clearly I was the only one that had a problem with the fact that it was a nice day and we weren't going to keep hiking. I think Jim called me psycho when I said that. So anyway,
with love.
But yeah, we're on our way. Nate's back there too. Hey, Nate. And we are going to town. Woo woo. Oh. Okay, I'm absolutely spoiled. There is no doubt about it. I'm gonna get back on a trail and live out of my tent after this. Oh, hey now. Wow. Ooh. Fancy. Whoa. 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 This might be the hostel, people. This might be the hostel. Check you later. Okay, so for anyone coming up behind us, if you go into Hiawassee, the laundromat closes at 4. They will not let you in past 3 o'clock to do laundry. So plan accordingly. We got in here by the skin of our teeth, and you can see these guys are sitting at the table. And I just have to say that Mike has been a lifesaver for us, bringing us to the hotel, bringing us to get food, bringing us to the grocery store. He's been amazing. We are so lucky that he is being so generous with his time. So the laundromat here is, I don't know what it's called. It is called, I don't know what it's called. It's just called the laundromat, I guess. So just so you know, they close at 4. What do we get there?
The homemade chicken soup.
From?
Michael and his wife.
Yeah, we're chowing. Thank you so much, Mike and Leslie, again, and Mike, for all your time today, helping us do laundry and everything and driving us all around. So thank you so much. Yum. What do we get there?
The homemade chicken soup.
From?
Michael and his wife.
Yeah, we're chowing. Thank you so much, Mike and Leslie, again, and Mike, for all your time today, helping us do laundry and everything and driving us all around. So thank you so much. Yum.